Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I want to share with you this node tree creation using geometry nodes. This is actually really trivial, very easy to create, you can already guess. But the effect is quite nice, and this was actually inspired by an art by American artist Doug Aitkens. So it's like some kind of underwater pavilion for fishes and sea lion, and you can take a look at the video, but basically it's animals can go inside the pavilion, and then from the video you can see it's quite beautiful underwater, but the underwater is also deteriorating. Okay, so yeah, so let's make this like underwater. In this case we have just Suzanne and her reflections. If we play around with the number, actually we can get something that's quite interesting, a little bit more interesting if we have more glasses. Okay, here, this is what I want to show you. Let's keep it simple, just use this simple light. So Suzanne with reflections. This is like 5-sided, but it's not. It's more like 5-sided. There's probably a name for it. How I created this is you can probably guess already. This is using an icosphere. Let me show you if we actually have only one cut. Okay, only one side or two side actually get cut, so we can see through the inside, and from the inside we can see Suzanne looking at reflections of herself. It's probably quite noisy. I'm using cycles. I think EV might work if you turn on screen space reflection. This maybe increase the number of reflections. Yeah, this is not too bad, but it's better to use cycles. You can increase the number of light part reflections. Maybe you can get something that's more complex than this, but yeah, I quite like this. It's simple. So let's take a look at the actual geometry. Okay, so I started with an icosphere with a radius, and then I instance bunch of cube on every point of the icosphere, and then I align the box into the normal of the icosphere, and then just simple boolean. There are two different parts with this. So maybe we can make it like a different color for the material. Maybe purple or green, or yeah, let's make it green, like the matrix. We can actually make it glow as well, so it's looking more interesting. So from this guy over here, let me teach you. We actually can do control options and then make a cut. So we are blocking the flow. Okay, originally we only have this this mesh. Before I delete the geometry, it's just like this simple shape. That's because of the icosphere and the cube cutting itself. And then I'm using mesh the curve circle. This is like the usual things, just to make the wireframe. So it's rather simple. The rest of them is just like randomizations to delete the geometry. This is actually quite interesting. that you're able to do this. So it's looking at the polygon face and just simply deleting just the face or something, or yeah, face and edges based on this number. You can cut only like the bottom part like this, and then combine all of them, join all of them, and then we can take a look. Okay, Suzanne entering this geometry, and you can see reflections. So inside with Suzanne, you can see something that's really crazy. This kind of reflections installation is always like mind-blowing. Even in real life, it's actually pretty much like this. And there's an area light inside. In 3D, you can actually just get rid of the area light, just making it invisible. How do we do that? Visibility. Oh, actually, maybe you cannot do that. Anyway, we have area light. Without light, we cannot actually see anything inside this dome. You can spend some time inside this dome and just get crazy. Turn on denoising. Also, maybe the area light is also need to be like green color. So everything is green, like the matrix. Yeah, I thought this is kind of interesting, so I want to share it with you. But I know it's really simple, but still pretty cool. Perhaps we can try different geometry, like a Doug Aitkens himself actually made a couple of art similar to this, like in this case I have this also inspired by Doug Aitkens, and then it's like a box being cut by letter. If you look at this with cycles, go inside, you can see reflections. Pretty crazy. There's a light inside. Maybe, I think if with cycles, if we make like a portal, we can actually see more inside these boxes. But yeah, it's basically similar to some artwork by Doug Aitkens that I saw today at the Sydney MCA. So anyway, yeah, this geometry is interesting, and give it a try to make it yourself and just play around with this. Maybe you can add something to this, make some variations. Actually, I don't mind like having a room similar to this, and then, you know, like, I think it's very futuristic. So hopefully this is useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.